The shocking discovery immediately forced the White House to deliver a statement to the effect that all staff will undergo daily screening as a precaution to protect President Donald Trump. The US is leading in infections with about 1.32 million positive cases and over 78,000 deaths. Meanwhile, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen have said that the United Kingdom and the European Union must continue to cooperate in the fight against coronavirus. The pair spoke on Friday to discuss the response to the pandemic. Italy, in the meantime, became the third country in the world to record 30,000 deaths from the coronavirus after reporting 243 new fatalities. Only the United States and Britain have seen more deaths from the virus. In Brazil, the economy minister warns there could soon be product shortages in supermarkets if state quarantine measures are allowed to continue. Closer home, Tanzania has received its first shipment of Madagascar's self-proclaimed plant-based cure for coronavirus, despite warnings from the World Health Organization that its efficiency is unproven. There are now over 4 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 globally, 1.3 million recoveries, and about 276,000 people have died. For Channel 1 News, I am Emily K. Bade.
Well, now just a day after the Ministry of Health announced that 34 workers have so far tested positive for COVID-19 in the country, this even as 14 more tested positive, bringing the total number of those who have coronavirus in the country to 621, with 5 new recoveries. Now, we join our reporter Simon Achola from Busia County to give us more details on how the county government of Busia is putting in place measures to mitigate the COVID-19 pandemic. Achola Simon, bring us to speed.
Well, good afternoon and thank you very much indeed, Jackie. As you've rightly put it, indeed, we are in Busia County. This is a border county that borders Uganda. And of course, we are here specifically to look at what the county leadership is actually doing in terms of the prevention of spread of coronavirus. Remember, as we speak right now, at least 2 cases have been confirmed in this county. And of course, every other leader and every other effort is actually being put in place to ensure that indeed the number do not increase. And more importantly, also they ensure that very few cases are actually identified in this county. So as I speak to you today, what will be happening is that the office of the women rep in Busia County will be commissioning at least 4 walk-through sanitization booths. And as you can see behind me, these are the booths that actually be strategically placed at various positions here in Busia. Key reason being that of ensuring that they can prevent the spread of coronavirus to as many people as possible. And of course, there are other activities that have actually been put in place in terms of just ensuring that indeed, even as locals go about their normal activities, then they are actually put in the right state in terms of fighting the spread of coronavirus. Now, we are told that these booths are actually going to be put at the one-stop border point. Remember, this is a border post that is actually one-stop border point that was actually launched by President Uhuru Kenyatta and his Ugandan counterpart. This is a place where all KRA officials from Uganda and, of course, Kenya converge to ensure that they can actually clear people as fast as possible. And there's quite some traffic there. And as such, the one booth will actually be stationed there. We are told that another booth will be stationed at the Busia Referral Hospital and another will be put at Malaba border post. Yesterday, they did launch another one in Budalangi at Port Victoria. And, of course, this is in line with ensuring that even as those regions are actually ravaged by floods, efforts to fight the spread of coronavirus is not compromised. Now, other key issues that has actually come out, Jackie, is the issue of flooding in this region. And leaders of this region have actually been complaining that unless the government steps in and ensure that indeed the issue of flood is actually addressed fast, then efforts to actually try and fight the susceptibility of the spread of the locals in terms of contacting COVID-19 is going to increase. This is due to the fact that most of them have actually been moved from or evacuated from their homes to evacuation camps, and that, of course, increasing the number and compromising what we'd call efforts to try and reduce the close contact between individuals. That is one of the reason as to why, of course, there's the spread of coronavirus. So those are some of the issues that are actually being addressed here. We understand that the women rep will be joined by the county commissioner and other leaders in this county in launching these activities. We are told that they also be giving out tanks to youth groups across the county, soaps and sanitizer, to ensure that those who will not be able to access these booths, then they will be able to actually clean their hands and be safe in terms of reducing their vulnerability to COVID-19. Back to you, Jackie.
Well, thank you so much, Achola Simon there, joining us live from Busia County, where the county government is putting in place measures to mitigate coronavirus as well as the floods that are being experienced across the country. Now, we shall take a short break. Don't go too far. We'll be right back.
This weekend on KBC Channel 1.
I know what you are driving at.
What am I driving at? When I have a vehicle here, do you see me driving anything?
See, last time that Psylocke wanted to chop off that elongated neck of it. Maybe he succeeded.
I bet you'd like that.
4 criminal kids. All they do all day is set traps for me. All day, wakikimbia kwa nyumba, making some crazy noises. Sinjui singing, bamba bamba singing. I'm so crazy.
Police hide. There's a group of people coming, carrying rungus, jembes, bangas, and chupas. They've just broken into Sakul Gate, coming this way, shouting your name, Mango. Maalim, police.
Classmates, every Saturday on KBC.
He's Russian.
What's your name?
My name is Vasily Orlov.
Nothing. He doesn't exist.
Today, a Russian agent will travel to New York City to kill the president. This agent is K-12. The name of the agent is Evelyn Salt.
My name is Evelyn Salt.
Then you are a Russian spy.
Where'd she go?
What are you doing there?
On the ground!
I'm innocent! Somebody is setting me up!
Maybe Salt is who she says she is.
Maybe it's your department. Mine is catching her so we can find out.
I heard that you settled down, that you found a girl and you're married now. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I think I remember you say sometimes it lasts and loves, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts and loves, but sometimes it hurts.
And welcome back. Now, most of the country was thrown into darkness for the better part of Saturday after electricity transmission was interrupted. Power utility firm Kenya Power attributed the incident to a fault in the national grid system.
Thousands of customers around the country woke up to a major blackout that affected the entire national grid, plunging businesses and households into uncertainty. In a statement, Kenya Power said the power outage occurred at 5:59 a.m. Saturday morning, attributing the situation to a system disturbance which occurred on its transmission network. However, the company could not immediately establish the cause of the power outage, with the firm saying that its engineers were working to identify the hitch towards restoring normal electricity supply. The power loss was experienced in Malindi, Kisii, Machakos, Nairobi, Mombasa, Kiambu, among other areas, with some customers reporting temporary power restoration and power fluctuations. Several hours later, the firm sent out an update to its customers saying that its engineers had identified and isolated the technical fault that had affected a section of the main high-voltage transmission line that evacuates power to Nairobi from all carrier power generation sites in Naivasha. In the statement, General Manager for Network Management Charles Maura said the fault, which occurred near Kiambu town, led to power loss on the critical power line, thus overloading other generators countrywide. However,